Black Adam quietly watches over Kahndaq, ruling as a silent protector. Though peace has returned, political tensions rise due to foreign interference. Citizens admire him, but global powers view him as a threat. The Justice Society monitors from afar, unsure whether Adam has truly changed. Meanwhile, a secret cult stirs beneath the city, whispering of ancient gods. Adam senses a disturbance in the magical energy of the region. His intuition hints that peace won't last long. A shadow from deep myth is preparing to awaken. A mysterious group calling themselves the Cult of Seven Shadows starts causing unrest in Kahndaq, led by a sorcerer named Nabukar. They believe Black Adam's power is stolen from ancient gods. They claim Adam disrupted the natural balance. Adam confronts them publicly, but they vanish before he can act. The cult steals an ancient relic from the Temple of Eternity. Dr. Fate's successor senses a shift in magical realms. The relic is connected to forbidden deities, the dark gods. Dr. Fate's spiritual essence communicates with Hawkman, warning of a coming cosmic imbalance. He urges the Justice Society to intervene before Adam repeats his mistakes. Hawkman tries contacting Adam, but is rejected. Meanwhile, Cyclone and Atom Smasher continue researching magical artifacts. They discover the Dark Gods were imprisoned eons ago by the Wizard Council. Their awakening would bring eternal destruction. In the ruins beneath Kahndaq, the cult activates the Relic. A portal opens briefly, releasing whispers of chaos and terror. One of the seven Dark Gods, Krosa, partially enters the realm and influences people's minds. Black Adam is forced to kill one of his corrupted generals. Citizens begin to fear Adam's strength again. Adam blames himself for being too soft. He vows to protect Kahndaq at any cost, even if it means war. Hawkman arrives in Kahndaq with a small team to confront Adam. Tensions rise as the two former rivals argue over leadership and power. Hawkman warns that Adam must allow the Justice Society to help or face global consequences. Adam agrees, reluctantly, to a truce. But he warns, if they get in his way, there will be no mercy. Meanwhile, Atom Smasher finds proof that the cult has infiltrated multiple global cities. Krosa fully manifests into Earth's realm. His powers manipulate fear and bend the will of mortals. People across the globe begin worshipping him unknowingly. Black Adam battles Krosa in a brutal one-on-one, but the god escapes through dark magic. Krosa corrupts parts of Kahndaq's army, turning them into monstrous servants. Adam's rule is questioned. The people feel torn between faith and fear. Adam creates a council of trusted warriors and mages to prepare for the coming battle. Adriana, still guiding him toward redemption, encourages alliances. The Justice Society provides knowledge of the Dark God's weaknesses. They propose using Eternium-infused weapons. Adam hesitates, using such magic nearly killed him once, but the threat is bigger than his ego. Billy Batson, aka Shazam, is contacted by the ancient wizard. The wizard reveals that Black Adam must accept help or the seven realms will fall. Billy arrives in Kahndaq and clashes verbally with Adam. Both are powerful, both proud, but Billy offers a truce. The two form an uneasy alliance, setting aside their past. One of Adam's council members, General Becker, is revealed to be corrupted by Krosa. He betrays Adam, leading a coup within the military. Chaos erupts in the capital. Black Adam fights through his own corrupted soldiers. Becker escapes through a dark rift. Adam realizes the battle isn't just physical, it's spiritual. The cult finishes a second ritual, summoning 5 more of the 7 Dark Gods. Each represents one destructive force: despair, madness, corruption, wrath, and decay. Earth begins to feel their influence. Worldwide catastrophes erupt. Adam watches helplessly as earthquakes, tsunamis, and plagues spread. This is no longer a Kahndaq issue, it's global. With the global threat rising, the Justice Society calls in former members and new allies. Cyclone deciphers that the only way to banish the Dark Gods is by uniting magical bloodlines. Hawkman, Shazam, and Black Adam argue, but realize they must fight side by side. Fate's helmet briefly activates and shows them a vision of the final battle. The team assembles in Kahndaq for the ultimate defense. Adriana gathers ancient texts that reveal the Dark God's true origin. She suspects that Adam's powers are the key to either freeing or defeating them. The seventh and most powerful Dark God, Nekros, awakens. He feeds on death and entropy and brings an army of shadow demons. The world begins to darken literally as sunlight dims across major cities. Shazam warns that if Nekros stabilizes in the human realm, Earth is doomed. Nekros sends visions into Adam's mind, showing Kahndaq's destruction. Adam begins to question if his presence invites more doom than peace. Using the relic stolen earlier, the cult opens a permanent portal to the dark realm, the heart of Kahndaq. Magical anomalies cause cities to float, rivers to boil, and time to fracture. Civilians panic. Adam tries to seal the portal, but is repelled by Nekros' power. He realizes that his magic alone isn't enough. Shazam and Hawkman assist, but even combined, the portal remains open. The heroes must destroy the relic. Billy, Adriana, and Hawkman convince Adam to attempt a forbidden ritual, share a portion of his power with Earth's defenders. It's dangerous, it could strip him of his powers permanently. Adam agrees. He performs the ritual at the Temple of Eternity, granting energy to the team. The ritual scars him physically, but it strengthens their magical bond. Together, they form a new magical resistance, the Eternal Alliance. The Dark Gods spread across the globe. Crosa attacks Metropolis. Despair invades Atlantis. Wrath reaches China. Global heroes, including Aquaman and Wonder Woman, engage in these battles. Meanwhile, Black Adam and his alliance defend Kahndaq's portal. The fate of Earth hinges on keeping Nekros contained. The cult members sacrifice themselves to empower the gods. Time is running out. In a stunning aerial battle, Shazam faces Crosa above Kahndaq. Crosa unleashes mind illusions that make Billy relive his darkest fears. Billy nearly falls, but is encouraged by a vision of the old wizard. With a mighty shout, he defeats Crosa using concentrated Eternium. The city cheers, but Crosa warns that Nekros is only moments away from full power. Hawkman leads a surprise strike into the cult's underground lair. He destroys one of the relic cores stabilizing the portal, but he's fatally wounded by shadow beasts. With his last breath, he tells Adam, lead them. Not with fear, but with hope. Adam is visibly shaken. Hawkman had been his strongest moral rival. This becomes a turning point for him. The sky splits as Nekros fully enters the mortal world. Towering and terrifying, he emits waves of corruption that rot buildings and minds alike. He mocks Adam, calling him a pretender to divine power. Adam engages him in battle, but is overpowered. The entire city trembles. Even Adam's most loyal warriors fall under Nekros' influence. Adam is struck down and stripped of most of his power. Nekros begins absorbing his energy. The people of Kahndaq look on in fear as their champion is defeated. Just as Nekros prepares to kill him, Adriana uses a sacred amulet to protect Adam's body. She's mortally wounded in the process. Adam watches helplessly, guilt-ridden for her sacrifice. With Adam down, Shazam takes command. He rallies the Eternal Alliance, urging them to fight for humanity, not just magic. The heroes combine their magic, targeting Nekros' corrupted heart. Cyclone manipulates the weather to delay Nekros' movements. Atom Smasher collapses a mountain pass to trap part of his army. The tide begins to shift. While unconscious, Adam's spirit faces judgment inside the Rock of Eternity. The ancient gods confront him. Has he truly changed? He sees visions of his past crimes, his son, his rage, his tyranny. At last, he chooses humility and sacrifice over vengeance. The gods offer him a final chance to rise, not as a god of rage, but of balance. Adam awakens, reborn with a new form of magic, golden, balanced, and purified. His costume glows with sacred symbols. He reclaims the skies over Kahndaq, flying, faster and stronger than ever. He thanks Shazam, not with words, but by protecting the people. Nekros feels the shift in power and grows desperate. Their final battle begins. Black Adam and Nekros clash above Kahndaq in a visually explosive battle. Lightning tears through the sky, magic distorts gravity, and time ripples around them. Adam uses not brute force, but strategic strikes. He calls on the magic of Eternium and his reborn moral compass. As they fight, the portal destabilizes. Adam knows he must send Nekros back. As she lays dying, Adriana calls to Adam telepathically using the amulet. She urges him not to kill Nekros, but to imprison him in the power of mercy. Adam listens. This moment changes him forever. He forgoes vengeance and channels his energy into the Relic core. A prison of light forms around Nekros. The god is sealed once again. With Nekros trapped, the portal begins to collapse. The city shakes violently. Shazam and Cyclone help evacuate citizens. Adam remains behind, holding the energy steady. The others escape as the temple explodes. Flash of golden light blinds the screen and silence falls. The world believes Black Adam is gone. Weeks later, peace returns. The Justice Society establishes a peace accord to protect magical cities. Kahndaq begins to rebuild with international help. Statues of Hawkman and Adriana are built to honor their sacrifice. Citizens debate Adam's legacy. Was he a hero or tyrant? Shazam defends his actions publicly. People slowly begin to believe again. In a remote desert temple, a figure walks out of the shadows. Black Adam, scarred, wiser, and quieter. He returns in secret to Kahndaq. No longer king, he watches from afar. He knows now that power is not for ruling but for protecting. A child offers him water. He smiles, genuinely. For the first time, the Justice Society expands globally. The Eternal Alliance becomes a magical coalition led by Shazam. They vow to prevent another rise of the Dark Gods. New heroes train under them. Adam is offered a place on the council, but declines. He chooses exile and spiritual service. His legend, however, continues to inspire. A post-credit scene reveals a shattered piece of Nekros' essence floating in deep space. A hooded figure collects it, revealing himself as Trigon's emissary. He smiles and says, "Time to summon the real gods." The camera pans to show a burning red sky and demonic runes forming in the cosmos. The final moments show Adam meditating atop a mountain. His eyes glow briefly, as if sensing the coming storm. A voice from behind him says, "They're coming." It's Zatanna. She warns him that the magical war is far from over. Adam rises silently. Fade to black. The words appear. Black Adam will return.